Hey, welcome back to the show. Jason from Headfirst Amplification has sent up his own Evil Joe amplifier for me just to check out in the show, see what you guys think, dial in some tones, that really just have some fun with it, but we'll just get into it. I've been meaning to run it past you guys for a while now, and I know that we've just got a really strong community of people that just absolutely love their guitar tones, love that era of thrash metal and everything that we just do on the show. I've been meaning to ask though, because I get to test out so much awesome equipment and gear on the show and do demos. To me, it's not about trying to sell or push anything down anyone's throats. It's just about testing out the gear and having fun with it and dialing it in, seeing where the strengths and weaknesses lie. And that's where I feel you guys come into it, as you often pick up things that I don't, and your input and honest feedback is actually really warranted. And I'm sure it's appreciated by the manufacturers, or in this case, Jason at Headfirst. But it's something I've been thinking about a lot, and it'd be really cool if we could more collectively just be testing product together. But right now we've got the Evil Joe to check out, and this is an absolute monster of an amp. So for any of you that don't know, Headfirst Amplification is run by Jason Tong out of Melbourne, Australia. He's well known for his Ultra 100, which is used by Jim Root from Slipknot, and that just speaks volumes about what he does. So this is a signature amp that Jason has made for famous LA producer Joe Barresi out of his Pasadena studio. And Jason actually went to the Pasadena studio and finalized the build with Joe. And what they came up with was a dual channel high gain amplifier that's absolutely insane. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. It does have a plexi style clean built into it, but essentially to me, it's like owning two equally good high gain amplifiers, one named Evil and one named Darkness. So for a really basic rundown, you've got a volume and gain for each of the respective channels. You've got the shared tone stack, and then you've got the presence, response and depth controls, which really fine tune the power amp and really just change the dynamics in the way that you hear it. It's just so powerful as a tool just to really give the whole amplifier different feels and exactly how you want it. And then you've got a system volume, which just adjusts the whole volume. As far as the switching goes down the bottom, it looks quite complex and it seems a little bit daunting when you've got a whole lot of switches, but they're just so easy to tune and they have such a dramatic feel of the tone. And on the back, you've got a fully transparent effects loop and speaker outputs. There's so much to talk about with this amp, but we'll just start with the Evil channel. And to me, this really is like a modded Marshall-esque style feel. It's a fantastic foundation for a lot of your pedals. There's just so many really raw and open tones to explore, but the basic channel, and as soon as we add the bright switch to that, it really just makes that come alive. And if we flick that switch all the way to the right, it just falls somewhere between those two. It's got a real raw sort of guttural openness to that channel, but if we turn on the boost switch from there and I just make it a little tiny bit brighter, it just really makes it feel like you've got an overdrive in front of that. It's super cool. And if I turn that boost off and turn on an Ibanez Tube Screamer just in lieu of that same boost, we'll just see exactly how you get a feel. It's just such a cool amp on its own, or boosting it however you like with your own pedals. But one thing I have found is there's just a massive bottom end to this whole amp if you want to dial in, and it doesn't get loose and flabby, it just stays tight. And just to prove the low end with you, we'll just turn up the depth the entire way. We'll go for like a Gary Holt brutal tone here. Just crank that bass a whole lot. Might even kick it into gear with the FTG switch. And I'm just boosting the front end with the Master Effects Nerve Agent boost and the Wild Overdrive, and this should just take you into the Gary Holt. And that is absolutely brutal. If we just turn that bright switch even brighter across there, just scoop out the slightest bit of mids. It's just such an intense channel when you boost it, it's just so much fun. But we'll just skip across now, we'll just check out the darkness channel, and this is just so much fun as well. I'll just turn some of that depth and bass down, that was crazy. It's insane exactly how much bass and how hard hitting this amp is. I was just blown away by that, it's so cool. So this is the basic darkness channel with the boost not engaged. The bright switch is in the center off position and the compression is off as well. It's just a really dry, hard hitting, dark sort of channel right now. And you get the idea there, it's very dry with that modern sort of James Hetfield tone. But from there, if we just turn the boost on, we'll just get a little bit more life going through that front end. And that's just so percussive and deep. It's got those lower mids, it hits really hard. It's just like a kick drum just pummeling away. It's just so much fun to play with. And if we go from there and turn off that boost and just go to the bright cap for the darkness channel, it's got its own diode clipping that adds a little bit more to the front. This is in the first position. And I just really love that, the way that you can just really emphasize certain notes through it. Everything's just really hard hitting, percussive, But if we go from there and turn that whole bright switch all the way across, again, it just transforms the whole amp into a completely different monster. It is just so epic and in your face, that tone. It's just like that crunches all over it. It's exactly Scott Ian. It's just so cool. And something that I haven't really touched on, it is just such a cool feature on this amp to really hone the power amp into exactly where you want it. The response and presence controls, you could think of them as two different presence controls. They really just change the feel of the whole amp, and you can play them off against each other. You can almost think of it as like a presence control that works in a different frequency. So you've got these two different frequency presence controls. You can back one off, turn one right up. It really is just so cool playing around with this amp. I just keep unlocking and stumbling upon the coolest tones, and I just sort of, oh my God, that's Anthrax, you know, it's just, it stands out. It's just so much fun. But look, I think we've run out of time, but for anyone interested in purchasing this amp, you can always go to headfirst.com. There'll be links in the description. So Jason takes pre-orders and does builds 4 times a year. For all the US customs out there, he actually delivers on the US, so there's no import duties or taxes, and you've got somewhere to take it in case of any sort of issues. But look, this is just so much fun. It's been a blast. I think I'll have it for a few more videos yet, but until then, guys, take care. I'll see you later.